Right now, deep inside your brain, your paraventricular nucleus, a small cluster of cells buried in your hypothalamus, is flooding your bloodstream with cortisol. It started the second you checked your phone this morning. It has not stopped since. And the endocrinologists who study this admit they have no reliable way to switch it off once it starts climbing like this. You can't feel it happening. There's no alarm, no warning light. Just a slow chemical flood, rising hour after hour, while you go on with your day like nothing is wrong. Here's what that flood is actually doing to you right now. Cortisol was built for emergencies. A lion, a cliff edge, a genuine 10-second threat. Your paraventricular nucleus doesn't know the difference between that and a group chat notification, so it fires anyway. And when it fires for hours instead of seconds, cortisol stops protecting you and starts eating you. It's pulling glucose out of storage you don't need yet. It's suppressing the immune cells that are supposed to be patrolling your body right now. It's shrinking activity in your hippocampus, the structure that files away what happened to you today, which is why stressed weeks feel like a blur afterward. You're not imagining the fog. Your memory's filing system is being starved while this spike keeps rising, uninterrupted, in real time. Here's the mechanism, and it's uglier than most people realize. Your hypothalamus sends a signal down to your pituitary gland. Your pituitary sends a second signal down to your adrenal glands, sitting on top of your kidneys. The adrenals dump cortisol into your blood. That cortisol is supposed to loop back up and tell your hypothalamus, "We're good, stand down." That's called negative feedback. But under chronic pressure, bad sleep, constant notifications, low-grade dread you've stopped noticing, that feedback loop gets sluggish. The stand-down signal arrives late, or garbled, or not at all. So the spike doesn't come back down on its own schedule. It just keeps climbing quietly, while your body treats an ordinary Tuesday like a 5-alarm fire. Here's the part endocrinologists don't like admitting out loud. There is no drug that simply resets this loop. Cortisol-blocking medications exist, but they're reserved for rare tumors and severe disease, not for a regular person whose feedback loop has just gone sluggish from stress. For everyone else, doctors can measure the spike. They can show you the lab values. They cannot flip a switch and make your paraventricular nucleus stand down on command. The tools that exist are blunt, slow, and often come with their own damage. Which means the actual fix has to happen upstream, before the spike even starts, and that's the part almost nobody explains clearly. And here's where it gets counterintuitive. You've probably been told meditation fixes this. For a lot of people, in the short term, silent stillness meditation can actually make it worse. When you sit in total silence with an already overactive stress system, some people's minds don't calm down, they spiral, because there's nothing to interrupt the loop. Studies on stress physiology have found spikes in cortisol during silent sessions in highly anxious subjects. Stillness isn't neutral. For an alarm system already running hot, silence can just hand it a bigger room to echo in. So what actually works? High performers who manage chronic stress well use something called physiological sighing. 2 sharp inhales through the nose, 1 long exhale through the mouth. Not slow breathing in general. That exact pattern. The double inhale reinflates collapsed air sacs in your lungs and maximizes carbon dioxide offload on the exhale, which directly signals your vagus nerve to tell the brainstem to stand down. Unlike meditation, it gives your nervous system an active job instead of empty silence, which is exactly why it interrupts the loop instead of feeding it. Do this 3 to 5 times and you're not fighting the spike with willpower. You're using the one lever that talks directly to the feedback loop your hypothalamus is currently ignoring. Tonight, before you try to sleep, do this. 2 quick inhales through your nose, then 1 long, slow exhale through your mouth. Repeat it 5 times. Do it again if your mind is still racing 10 minutes later. You're not relaxing. You're sending your paraventricular nucleus a signal strong enough to cut through a broken feedback loop. Tonight, before that spike gets 1 more hour to climb. But cortisol isn't the only chemical your brain is mismanaging while you sleep. There's another structure just behind it, quietly rewriting your fear responses every single night, and most people have never heard its name.